well, 40 years into Ben's Chili Bowl journey, we're 67 years old. Mom and Dad started it August 22nd, 1958, back before desegregation, segregated Washington, segregated country. And so, I grew up on U Street in this Chili Bowl. And over the course of my many years, I've watched the young men over years and years struggle. And the struggle now has gotten even more, but this goes back historically. We just celebrated the 30th anniversary of the Million Man March. And I remember being at the march in 1995 here in Washington, and Minister Farrakhan discussing, going back to 1965 when Martin Luther King was on the Mall speaking and saying, where have we come from 1965 to 1995? And if you look at the statistics from education to jobs to income to incarceration, et cetera, we haven't made much progress. And then you go from 1995 to 2025, another 30 years. Still, look at the numbers and say, where have we come? There's a very small percentage of people doing very well, a few doing okay, and many, many, many struggling. And so there's a great, racial wealth divide, and that hits you in education, that hits you in healthcare, that hits you across the board with these myriad of problems, and it hits our young people. And so I said, at this point in my life, at this juncture in my life, after working 40 years, I said, what do I want to do next? What's left on my plate? And here's the give back time. They say the first third of your life, you learn. The second third of your life, you earn. And that last third, you serve. And so it's my time to really serve. We've always done it at Ben's Chili Bowl, serving on boards, serving our community, helping and advising people. But now, with more intentionality, I wrote this book, and it's called Ascend, the Black Man's Guide to Elevation, Success, and Purpose. And that took some intention to put that specifically for Black men. These principles, of course, are for everybody. They are universal life principles, but to put the intentionality behind an older Black man reaching down to help another generation and two generations, we have to cross the generational divide and make this like that Million Man March for all Black men, not just those who are struggling, not for just those who don't know the principles. These are for the older Black men as well, because they're the ones who have to reach back. They have to set the example. They have to do the mentoring.